YouTube, what is up with y'all today? This is Nail Goodfella Nail coming through with yet another sneaker. I'm about to say sneaker review, sneaker video. But this actually has to do with sneakers, of course, because this is a sneaker channel. So everything I'll talk about on this channel will either pertain to mostly sneakers or some kind of styling with like clothing or whatever. Even if it's like business, it's still gonna regard like sneakers in a way. But anyway, spring is already here, guys. It's time for that spring cleaning. Time for the spring cleanup. Time to get those sneakers we wasn't really wearing before out of here. Out with the old, in with the new. Free up some cash. All that stuff, man. I'm going to just go a little bit on my process on how I downsize my sneaker collection. Or rather, not too much a downsizing, but like downsizing in a way, not in that way like, oh, I'm getting out the game downsizing, or I'm trying to just get down to 20 pairs downsizing. I mean like getting rid of pairs I'm not even wearing no more, because that money can either be money in the pocket or it could be a sneaker I'm more likely going to wear in that position. So in my case, I do got a few kicks that I still want to get, guys. You know, my $30 cops, my $40 cops, my $50 cops, my $60 cops, all that stuff. I still got stuff like that I want to get, especially now with all these sales and deals happening. I think I probably on just sold maybe one pair of shoes already, like on eBay or something like that. I forgot which ones it was though, because it caught me off guard, because that was at the height of this whole, you know, virus stuff or whatever. I don't want to be mentioning the name and all that stuff. Y'all know how it's sensitive, but y'all know what I mean. At the height of it, like when it was like, when people was really, really holding on their money. Now it's kind of like people starting to spend a little bit of their money. Like they just like, you know, they holding on to the fence. Like they're afraid to swim. Meaning like spending money, like they holding on. They like got their foot in the water. So, you know, now it's starting that trust starting to build back up a little bit. I'm starting to see it, at least on my end, a little bit as far as a little bit of e-commerce or whatever, just in general. Like as far as like buying items that's like not too much of a necessity. You feel what I'm saying? Like toilet paper, like that's a necessity, right? You know, you need that. Now, if I was selling toilet paper, I'd probably be rich right now. Or sanitizer, right? But for this kind of stuff, you know, novelty stuff, sneaker stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. Everybody already got pieces of footwear. But just for stuff like extra stuff, as I call it, because this is more than enough sneakers to wear, people starting to trust again. People starting to buy again, including myself, especially if y'all want to give deals. So, first thing first, man, of course, y'all already probably know them whole avenues, the GOAT, StockX, all that stuff. I'm actually about to let go of some Air Max 90s right now, and that is the turquoise one. Go check out the review if you haven't though. Yeah, most definitely, for sure. Fire. You know, my filter not set right, that's why it's looking all bright like this. But go check out the you know, this video that is, you know, you can actually see the sneaker and all that stuff. But yeah, so these are those 10.5s that I was getting rid of. And you know, this is part of that whole collection of sneakers that I'm getting rid of as far as getting paid for. Now, I'm not selling heat, you know, because people be like, oh, what about the Jordan 1s or da-da-da. Nah, I'm letting go of little stuff like this, like, you know, something like this Reebok Fury Light graphic. Like this, like, bro, like I had these in like 2014, 2015 roughly. Wore these a decent amount of times. They alright, they comfortable. They got the Ortholite. I don't see it in here. Usually it say Reebok Ortholite, but they not bad. These just some decent little slip-on shoes, size 10, you know what I mean? So anyway, to actually get through this problem as far as like sneakers or whatever, like I could confidently look at that sneaker and be like, okay, I want to sell it. I don't need it. Now we're going to use the KonMari method to do that. Let me hit this sale button right now. I want to do this live right now. Size 10.5, 87 bucks. Sale now. Payout $76. And yeah, review sale. Complete sale. Oh, we finalizing it. My sneakers are new, unworn, with original undamaged box. I was shipped within 2 days of sale to avoid penalties. So I'm gonna get these out today. Who's ever that lucky size 10.5 that posted a bid for 87 bucks, and then probably after 13, whoever placed that bid probably placed it exactly at 100 bucks. So they said they was gonna pay exactly 100 bucks for this sneaker, the turquoise joint, complete sale, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about that's processing. So we're going to use like what they call the KonMari method. Now this KonMari method is basically for a lot of like minimalists. So what a minimalist would do, if you haven't been hip yet or whatever, I know we on this side of YouTube and they way over there since we on like the materialism side. This would probably freak a minimalist out, all these boxes down here, right? This look like a Foot Locker back room. It look like a Foot Locker whatever room. So basically the main thing is you supposed to look at a kick, in our case kick, and how does this kick make you feel, right? So it's like a thing like, oh, do you get happy when you see this kick? If you get happy, you keep the item, you know, whatever it may be. But in our case, again, you get happy, you keep the sneaker. If it don't make you happy, if it don't invoke any feelings to like, oh man, I want to rock that. Oh, you know, I want to style that. So those are two feelings I'm going of. Basically, they all blended the same. Oh, I want to rock it. Oh, I want to style it. Oh, I can't let those go. These my babies. Da da da. Those feelings. You want to. If a sneaker give you those feelings, you don't want to sell it. But if it's something like this, and if you're guessing, most likely you're gonna sell it, right? Now with me, it took me a while because a few years I was guessing with this sneaker. There we go. Why did they just play me? But anyway, at first I was just like on the fence about this. My bad about the phone stuff, but yeah. I was just on the fence about like, oh, you know, I'm going to get rid of it. Oh, I'm not going to get rid of it, blah, 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 right? So I end up actually getting rid of it. You know, I don't know why I was such on the fence about this. Maybe because the fact that it actually was more comfortable. But I don't really wear this. So I could confidently just put this in a box and be like, you know, I'm getting rid of it. And so basically with that feeling involved and feeling said, that's how you just get rid of the kicks. This is not supposed to really too much be like a long out, drawn out video. I mean, it's as simple as that, guys. Most of you guys probably already feel like that already about a few kicks or whatever. So it's just about time just to free them up. So basically I've been organizing my boxes in the back a little bit. It's a little bit less clutter. We got a little bit more boxes on this side, you know what I mean? Because but this side actually used to be clear over here, but I actually kind of like straightened it up a little bit. This used to be clear. Used to be heli boxes right here. So behind me, it would look like it was more than what it actually was, but it was actually a whole aisle in front of an aisle that was already right there. So yeah, it was more kicks in the background. And then over here, fellas, you already see I got more kicks over there. No, it's kind of dark or whatever. I just got my little spotlight thing on or whatever, because since this is just a talk video, it's not supposed to be actually showing you guys anything, right? But so that's basically the point. KonMari method. How do you feel about the sneaker? Does it bring up nostalgic feelings? Does it bring up things that you like, man, I want those, I'm not getting rid of those instantly, right? If you feeling on the fence, like kind of sort of, I would just say create a on the fence column right there, you know what I mean? So in case, you know what I mean, like, oh, okay, if I feel like getting rid of them or I'm just not feeling this sneaker, you already got them right there. Now, if you got a few hundred kicks or whatever like that, it's best to sort them out that way so it's easier to get to and take pictures and all that stuff. I would just say, or even if the kicks you're indecisive about, that you know that's like you're kind of on the fence about, I would say also still take pictures of those, because you don't know what you really, you don't too much know what you really gonna sell like in the next few days or few weeks or even a few months. You might feel different, like, you know, so you already, it's best to already have those pictures already taken or whatever, so when you post them, whether for GOAT or whatever, if they're used or they're brand new, in my case with these Air Max 90s, or eBay or whatever, you can already have the pictures already ready, so when you need to post them and you do it like a day of just listing items, depending on how many kicks you got, because me, I need separate days. Like, I can't just, it depends though. Most of the day it just be like sort through kicks I don't That's the complicated part, or the hectic part rather, or the tedious part for me, is going through picking out the kicks that I don't really wear anymore, and then, you know, having that feeling like, you know, I want to get rid of them. That's probably the most tedious part to anybody with a decent amount of kicks or a lot of kicks or whatever, right? First world problems, right? So once you make your mind up about that, again, if you do the indecisive thing, you be like, oh, okay, still take those pictures. So when it does become that day and you start listing items, whether it be used on Gold Pre-Owned or used on StockX, I mean, not StockX, or eBay or whatever, that'd be smooth if StockX did take pre-owned. So, but, or of course, if you got it for new, you could just post them already on StockX without even having to post any pictures. But for us guys, the pre-owned, you know, if you pre-own, most likely, post the pictures again, just take pictures of those already. So when you have a listing day, you will already be able to list those down there, long story short. So, chime down below, guys. What do you think about that method as far as downsizing kicks? Now, I'm not sponsored or anything, so I'm kind of a little bit on every platform right now or whatever. So, you know, it is what it is. Wherever I can get the money I need to get it, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Now, I will say this, though. eBay is the land of the low ball. So, you know, hey, if you're not dealing with too much sneaker people on eBay all like that, you dealing with more sneaker people on GOAT and the StockX. I will say that. I don't know about Grail too much. I don't have that app anymore, but yeah, man, it's just, it's crazy. Like, yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I'm sitting back thinking, like, is there anything else to cover? That's basically it. eBay do the low ball and stuff. Me, I put more of the low tier stuff on eBay, like them Reebok Fury lights. Those gonna be on eBay. Like, it is not gonna be, you know, it might be hard to find on like GOAT or something like that, because that's such a that's just not like a prominent sneaker. Then it came out years ago before that GOAT app and all that. So it's not like popular really. I haven't looked though, but just my guess, because the sneaker wasn't that expensive anyway. Even though the price does say $74.99, you can kind of finesse that though in the eBay listing or whatever. You know what I mean? That way, so you can, you know, do your markup or whatever over what you paid, if that. Now, my thing is this though too. Some of these guys be trying to run a sneaker store. Okay, it's the difference between trying to actually get a profit. Now, by all means, I ain't saying do rock bottom just to get rid of them, right? Like too much to the point where like you don't just make it $10 and then it costs you $10 to ship it and you be like negative in the hole, or you barely make $10 on the. It's not the biggest deal. I would just say this: at least try to break even though, fellas. If not a little bit below break even for what you paid for the most part. Now in this day and age, a sneaker head too much might not buy this, like this Reebok Fury like or whatever or like that, but a regular person would, right? So a regular person is looking for a deal on eBay. Now you have to also organize that too. This is just my years of experience or whatever on eBay. Since that's the land of the low ball, you just want to make sure that you have lower tier kicks. I'll be seeing some guys jumping off the bridge trying to sell J's on eBay or whatever, and then scams and all that stuff. It just puts you at a higher risk. To me personally, I know everybody else got their whole, oh well, we can minimize that. BS. That's all crap to me. You got a few loyal people out here, I will say that, but just to minimize any risk, right? I don't got time to be playing games with kids and grown ass men in other states and stuff that think you won't come and see them. And I don't mean like in a threatening way, but I mean like in a suing way. Because most people just give up or whatever, right? And just leave it at that. So first off, me, I'm going to put more like low tier. Again, I'm going to put more low tier kicks on eBay. You know what I mean? And if it was ever a thing where I had to put a higher tier kick on there, like a Scottie Pippen or whatever, I would price it accordingly and videotape what I need to videotape at worst. And videotape what I need to do. Here we go. My confirmation just came through for StockX. I would videotape the what I need to the me putting the sneaker inside the box. It's actually a dude that has a business that does that. I remember talking to the eBay rep years ago when I was living in my apartment. He was like, yeah, it's a guy that literally, just to avoid fraud or whatever, just to have proof, he videotapes all his packaging. And it's crazy that it's had gotten that deep that you have to do that now. But for the most part, I will say 70 to 80% of it be legit. You know, people just want to buy and just do whatever they want to do with it and just buy it. But I never too much really have a problem with like the low tier kicks, because these are just regular people that just buying the sneakers. They're looking for a deal. That's it. And as far as me, my goal, since my goal is not really too much to like have like the biggest profit or whatever, and me just want to free up money, my angle is going to be a lot more different versus a guy that just looking to make extra bread as like a reseller, you know what I mean? Reselling GRs or stuff they find at Marshalls and TJ Maxx or whatever, or Ross or something like that, right? Because those guys more so into it. Probably ain't nothing wrong with that, and you could definitely make a decent little living with that, because resale somebody always buying brand names, especially for a deal. But as far as freeing up this for my collection and all that, it's not the biggest deal though, dude. As far as me sitting on these kicks, it's only but so low I'ma go personally. I'm not gonna go all that low, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go to the point like $10 for a shoe and I'm in a hole for shipping. At that point, I might as well just give it to like a family member or just keep it myself and just beat them, you know what I mean? So, but again, surprisingly, my Reeboks that really wasn't sought after or nothing, like some regular $30-$40 Reeboks just sold to some dude in Boston, or it's along the East Coast, New Jersey, New York, or Boston, or something, one of them, New England. He ended up buying it or whatever, and he gave me good reviews, all that stuff though, right? And I appreciate it too. But it took a while it actually took years for that to sell, for somebody to actually like it and do all that stuff. Now, it's already probably how-to videos on how to list the stuff already, but you know, it's not that hard. I would just say this: being in the sneaker realm, match those keywords with something that like that person would like. Like, those was the New England Patriot colors. So that might have sold because it was gray, white, and red, and blue. You know what I mean? So he might be a Tom Brady fan and got a whole fit, and you know, he's looking for something to match. And just so happened my sneakers popped up for like $40 shipped, and he bought them from me. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, so go with that in mind. That's just a quick little tip from me. Again, I'm gonna just round them off real quick before we head up out of here. The KonMari method. How do you feel about a sneaker when you look at it? Is it something that brings up nostalgic memories you want to, you know, I like this sneaker. Oh, I can't separate myself from that sneaker. Keep that sneaker. But if it's a sneaker that you're indecisive about, or if it's a one for sure, obviously, that you don't have any feelings for or nothing, or, you know, you just don't want, obviously put that to the side and have also an indecisive pile. I have an indecisive pile too. You know what I mean? It's something that I'm just like, oh, I'm on the fence about it. But still, as well as taking a picture of those ones you already going to sell, also still take pictures of those indecisive piles. So in case you just wake up one day and you just in a listed mood and you don't feel like taking any more pictures or whatever, because taking pictures can be time consuming depending on your collection or how many sneakers you got to sell, you can already just post those with those kicks that you're selling. So again, yo, hey, it is what it is. That's it for me. Rate, comment, and subscribe. This Nail Goodfella Nail. Show some love and hit that like button. I'm slowly creeping up. I might make 1,500 subs, but it is what it is. Peace.